Good morning, students. We are learning methods of psychology. Under that, we learned about the goals of psychological inquiry, then steps in psychological inquiry, then we learned about the introspection method and its merits and demerits or advantages and disadvantages. Then we also learned about the objective observation method. There are two types of observation method, naturalistic and controlled observation, and another type is participant and non-participant observation. And also we learned about the merits and also demerits of objective observation method. Let's move on to the next topic, that is experimental method. Experimental method. Actually, experiments are generally conducted to establish cause and effect relationship. Cause and effect relationship between two sets of events, or variables. Two sets of events or variables in a controlled setting. In a controlled setting. It is a carefully regulated procedure in which changes are made in one factor and its effect is studied on another factor. In the experiment, cause is the event being changed or manipulated. Effect is the behavior that changes because of the manipulation. Here we have mentioned variables. So let us see the concept of variables. In the experimental method, researchers try to establish causal relationship between two variables. Two variables. Now let us see what is variable. Any stimulus or event, which varies. Any stimulus or event which varies. That means it takes on different values. It takes on different values. Okay. And can be measured. Very important is it is measurable. Any stimulus or event which varies. Varies means it takes on different values and also it is measured. That is called variable. Actually, an object itself is not a variable, but its attributes. Okay, let me give an example. The pen that we use for writing is not a variable, but the shape, different shapes, colors, size of the pen are variables. Then the room is not a variable, but its size of different rooms is variable. Like that, absence or the presence of a person in the room is also an example for variable. Variables are in two types. Variables are in two types, independent and dependent variables. Independent and dependent variables. Now let us see what is independent variable and what is dependent variable. Let us see first one, independent variable. Independent variable is that variable which is manipulated. That means researcher can manipulate the variables or factors. Then the variable on which the effect of independent variable is observed is called dependent variable. Independent variable which is manipulated, variable is observed in variable on which the effect of independent variable is observed is called dependent variable. We must remember that these independent variable and dependent variables are interdependent. Interdependent. That means neither of them can be defined without the other. There are many other extraneous variables that influence the dependent variable. These extraneous variables need to be controlled in an experiment so that a researcher is able to pinpoint the cause and effect relationship between independent variable and dependent variable. To conduct an experiment, we need two groups. We need two groups, that is experimental group and controlled group. Experimental group and controlled group. An experiment group is a group which members of the group are exposed to independent variable. I am talking about experimental group. An experiment group is a group which members of the groups are exposed to independent variables. Then the control group is a comparison group that is treated in every way like the experimental group, except that the manipulation variable is absent in the control group. While conducting an experiment, except for the experimental manipulation, other conditions are kept constant for the both experimental as well as control group. The researcher attempts to control all the extraneous variables which can influence the dependent variable. Now, let us see about extraneous variables. Extraneous variables. In order to control extraneous variables, experimenters use control techniques. Let me give some examples. Since the goal of an experiment is to minimize extraneous variable, the best way to handle this problem is to eliminate them from experimental settings. For example, the experiment may be conducted in a soundproof and air-conditioned room to eliminate the effect of noise and temperature. Noise and temperature here are extraneous variables. In some cases, extraneous or variables which are present in the experiment, we cannot control or we cannot eliminate. Elimination is not possible in some conditions. In such cases, effort should be made to hold them constant so that their effects remain the same throughout the experiment. For controlling organismic means here emotions or feelings. Okay. Then background variables such as rural, urban or economical state. Matching is also used. The extraneous variable in experimental group and control groups are equated or held constant by taking matched pairs. Let us see the advantages and disadvantages of experimental method. Advantages and disadvantages of experimental method. Here, by conducting experiments and by using the experimental method, we can study cause and effect relationship. We can study cause and effect relationship. That is one of the advantage. And also we can control variables. And let us see the disadvantage of experimental method. Here we cannot study all the problems experimentally. Let me give an example. If you want to study the effect of nutritional deficiency on IQ level of children, it cannot be conducted experimentally. It is ethically wrong to stray anyone. That is one of the demerits or disadvantages of this experimental method. And another is, it is difficult to get two groups which are similar in all respects. In the beginning, we came to know that to conduct an experiment, we need two groups, experimental group and control group. It is very difficult to get two groups which are similar in all respects. And the third one is, it is difficult to control all the variables. These are all the disadvantages of this experimental method. Now let us see the field experiment. Next one, field experiment. If a researcher wants to conduct or studies which are not possible in laboratory settings, he may go to the field or natural setting where the particular phenomena exist. We can say he may conduct a field experiment. When the experiment is not conducted on laboratory setting, researcher or a psychologist or experimenter can do field experiment. Let us take an example. A researcher may want to know which method would lead to better learning among students, whether it may be lecturer method or demonstration method. For this, researcher may prefer to conduct an experiment in the school. He has to visit school. Researcher has to select two groups of participants. He teach one group with lecture method and another group with demonstration method. Then the researcher compares their performance at the end of the session. Like this, field experiments can be done. Let us see what may be the disadvantages of this experimental method or field experiment. field experimentation. It is more time consuming and very expensive. It is more time consuming and very expensive. Next one is quasi-experimentation. Next one is quasi-experimentation. We cannot manipulate many variables in a laboratory setting. Let me give an example. If you want to study the effect of earthquake on children who lost their parents, we cannot create this condition artificially. In such situations, the researcher adopts the method of quasi. Here, quasi means as if. Sorry, quasi means as if. As if or quasi experimentation. In this method, for the experimental group, we can have children who lost their parents in the earthquake, and in the control group, we can have children who experienced the earthquake but did not lose their parents. Like this, we select two groups of children for quasi-experimentation. And researchers compare the two groups of children and analyze. Next, let us see the case history method. Case history method. It is a detailed, in-depth investigation of a single case concerning a person. Case history method is a detailed, in-depth investigation of a single case concerning a person. This method is used by clinical psychologists for diagnostic purpose. For diagnostic purpose. This method comes into use when a person suffers from emotional or nervous disorder and seeks the help of a psychologist. By focusing on a single case at a time, a greater understanding of the individual is obtained. Information regarding the patient's past, significant incidents, then about family history and about friends and occupation are usually obtained for this method. Case study method also involves the use of psychological tests. It may be IQ test or personality test or memory test, etc. A psychologist compiles the case history based on all details, often in cooperation with social worker. This means case history helps him to find out the cause of the trouble or cause of the problem. Let us see the disadvantage of case history method. Here, it can be rich source of information for future research. One of the advantage of this case history method is it can be a rich source of information for future research. And another advantage is this method offers to a problem a detailed picture of an individual. We can get a detailed picture of an individual to diagnose this problem. And let us see the disadvantages of case history method. Since case histories depend on people's memory of the past, such memories may be inaccurate and selective. That means people sometimes used to forget the very important information to give to the researcher, or he may inform very selected information. The second one is the psychologists who want to generalize about human behavior cannot do this method because this focus on a single person. The third one is most case histories are sources. Most case histories are sources rather than the hypothesis. It is a very time consuming and also expensive method like experimental method. Now let's move on to the next topic, that is survey, or you can say field investigation. Or self-report technique. This survey method or field investigation or self-report technique involves asking large numbers of individuals to complete questionnaire and interviewing people directly about their experiences or their attitudes or about their opinion. Example, a researcher can do survey on healthcare reforms or economic reforms or voting preferences prior to the elections or consumer reactions to various products, etc. The survey method offers valuable results if a researcher conducts survey carefully. It can provide highly accurate information or predictions. Then one of the demerits of this survey or field investigation method is getting a sample or a group of subjects or representatives is not easy. People sometimes give wrong information and also bias interfere in the description or analysis. Then there are some ways to check for lying. People used to give wrong information or people used to lie. How can we check this? By asking a question several times in different ways, we can check the lying. But not all the survey use these techniques. Still, if survey are conducted and interpreted carefully, we can get a good information for the study. These are all the things about survey or field investigation or self-reporting techniques.